Now, last week, we basically touched upon how high-end sales are starting to crash, okay? People think I'm nuts. They really do. But I got to tell you, having this network through the Real Estate Radio Network, talking with some of the top dog realtors around the country that are selling these multi-million-dollar units, telling me that the business is starting to slow up in some places like New York and in San Francisco in the higher end 2 million plus range, tells us something, okay? Do you ever hear the phrase, well, I'm not going to say the word, but things run downhill?
Yes, it does.
Right?
Quickly.
Yes.
With momentum.
Yes. Now, I mean, granted, there's many different things you can argue that are causing this, like, you know, things with overseas and whatnot with investors. However, if you really look at it, overseas investors are heavily investing in other places like Boston, and they have the real estate investment, the REITs, the real estate investment trusts as well. They definitely have all these new incentives that the federal government passed later on late last year, correct, where they can invest a certain amount of money into American real estate, and they have, and that's definitely done well. But when I'm looking at this top-end market starting to come down a bit, that is for a reason. It's because the markets are starting to peak over there. And with a peak, you know, comes valleys. Now, I'm not trying to say that our market is going to crash right now. No, our market is wonderful, okay? But at some point within the next year and a half, as we've been talking about, the market is going to correct itself. And what's going to happen is your interest rates are going to rise, and with prices having to continue to rise, home ownership is going to be unaffordable and unobtainable for the mass majority of folks. So things have to correct. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy like we have in 2008, and that again was for complete different reasons. I mean, people that weren't supposed to be getting loans were getting loans. There's a lot of crooked stuff happening, but now there's laws in place that protect the consumer and protect the country, which is nice, okay? And we don't expect to see that. But what we do expect to see is, a slide, maybe 5% or so, I think would be reasonable, okay? And again, making home ownership more and more affordable for the mass majority, okay? So with that said, just keep watching that. We're going to keep watching that as well. And you know what? I'm going to throw a couple facts in here real quick. And why did I use New York City? Okay, and why did I use San Francisco? Because they are two of the greatest housing markets that we have.
Insanely expensive.
And get this, in the last few months of the year, the growth rate in San Francisco fell sharply 21%. Okay, earlier in the year it was at 31%. It fell 21%. And with a growth rate of only 10%. So you could say, yeah, they're still growing, but yeah, the sales are falling.
Right,
though.
But what if you bought a mortgage at the higher value and now suddenly it's sliding back? That's a number one argument for having a conventional mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And, New York City, one of our most expensive, luxurious, and highly sought-after cities with a robust economy, guys, is starting to see their high-end real estate market take a hike. In 2015, New York City had a record-breaking year of selling 410 properties over the price tag of $2 million. Okay, now, on the not-so-bright side, the last 4 months of 2015, high-end real estate started to decline in New York to the likes of 5%. So it rolls downhill, okay? So sellers, wake up. We have a serious, and I know you've heard this, but guys, I can't tell you how serious this is. We have such a serious lack of inventory out there. Check this out. I'm going to give you 3 towns, okay? Warwick, there's 244 active homes on the market. There's 271 pending. Okay, homes are selling in anywhere about, say, 37 days on market. They're going pending, okay? The active homes on market right now on average have been there for 36 days. What does this tell us? This tells us that there is only a 1 to 2 month supply of inventory in Warwick. If we didn't list the property over there in the next month or two, we'd have nothing on the market because everything's selling. Even the stuff that needs a lot of work is still selling. Cranston, 166 active properties, 192 pending properties, 41 days on market, things are going pending. I mean,
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, wake
What are you waiting for?
And that's no pressure. I mean, you might want to just look into it now. But really, if it was a time that I needed to sell my house, or I was thinking about it, or I was on the fence, I would want to do it where I have zero competition. East Providence, okay? A lot of East Providence listeners, thank you very much. You guys, 94 active homes on the market and 115 pending. I got to tell you, this is like this around the state of Rhode Island, North Smithfield, North Kingstown, East Greenwich. All of these towns are seeing this. Look, you have no competition. We can get you usually 3, sometimes 4% higher than fair market value on your house right now. So why are you going to wait for the market to go up 3 or 4%? We're going to be talking about this.
It's not going to get your house on the market. The money is cheaper right now.
Yes.
It will be harder to get buyers qualified to buy if you wait until interest rates adjust. If you're thinking about selling, now is the time.
I can't understand why so many people are holding off. So listen, if you want a consultation, give us a call today, 401-359-2338. And, you know, sometimes we work with clients for 2 months. Sometimes we work with clients for 2 years. At least arm yourself with that info.